Hello, everyone. Okay, so we're going to do some weight-based kinds of math problems looking at safe dose range kinds of situations. So you will need to be given for your problem your patient weight. And so in this circumstance, let's just say my patient weighs 22 pounds. You will also need to be given an order for the medication for your patient. And we're going to say my order is 50 milligrams PO TID. So 50 milligrams PO TID, which is 3 times a day. And when I go and look in whatever literature I might have about this said medication, let's say that my literature tells me that my safe dose range is, we're going to say 2.5 milligrams per kilogram, all the way up to 10 milligrams per kilogram. And typically when it doesn't say whether this is per dose or per day, you can safely assume that that means it's per dose. Okay, so per each dose of that medication. So these are all the things that you have to be given. The first question that you might see is, well, what is the safe range for this patient? What is the safe range for this medication and this patient? So what is the safe range? This is a two-part answer. So the first thing that I want to do is determine my patient's weight in kilograms. We have 22 pounds divided by 2.2 is going to give me 10 kilograms. Nice, easy round one to start this one. So 10 kilograms. The next step that I want to do is incorporate my safe range numbers, and I want to figure out my safe range in milligrams for this patient. So to do that, I'm going to take my patient's weight and I'm going to multiply it by my low end first. So it's 2.5 milligrams per my 1 kilogram. My kilograms cancel and I'm left with 10 times 2.5, which is going to give me 25 milligrams. So that's the answer to the low end of my safe range. And I want to do the same thing to figure out the top. It's not 10. Oh yeah, 10. So 10 kilograms times 10 milligrams per kilogram. Kilograms again cancel, and I'm left with 100 milligrams. So in answering what is the safe dose range, it is 25 milligrams to 100 milligrams, and that is per each dose. Okay, so I'm going to erase some of this information here. So then the question is this dose safe? Right? Is this dose safe for this patient? So I'm going to look and see my patient is getting 50 milligrams. That's what's ordered 3 times a day. So each time they take a dose, it's 50 milligrams. And 50 is absolutely right between that 25 and 100 milligrams. So yes, this dose is safe. All right. I'm going to flip this question just a tiny bit here. And we're going to say that this says 2.5 milligrams per kilogram to 10 milligrams per kilogram per day. Per day. Okay. So when I'm looking at the safe dose range, I need to pay close attention to whether it says dose or day. So I'm going to take my patient's weight again, and I know without doing that calculation again that my patient weighs 10 kilograms. And I have same process, 2.5 milligrams per 1 kilogram. And the first part of my answer is 25 milligrams. And the second part of my answer is 100 milligrams per day now. There's a difference in this. So when the next question says, is this dose safe? I need to look back and go, okay, my patient's getting 50 milligrams. TID, I need to know that that means 3 times a day. And if they're getting 50 milligrams 3 times a day, they're getting a total of 150 milligrams per day. And that is outside that range, which means this is not safe. This is not safe. If I calculated and the medication were lower than 25, that is still not a safe dose for this patient. So anytime you have a dose that comes up and it's not safe per your literature, you want to confirm with pharmacy, with the physician, what we need to do to make sure that our patient gets a safe dose. Okay, let's do one more. Let's say I have a patient who weighs 100 pounds. They weigh 100 pounds. And I'm going to give them I have an order. So my order is for 30 milligrams twice a day, BID. And I'm going to say that if I look into my literature on this particular medication, that my safe dosage range is 1 milligram per kilogram to 3 milligrams per kilogram. Let's say this says per day. Okay. So the first thing I want to do is convert my pounds to kilograms. So I'm going to take my 100, divide that by 2.2. And I'm going to get a big long answer of 45.454545 forever. Best thing to do is just keep that in your calculator. But if you need to round it off at some point, you can absolutely just keep to the 4th decimal place. I apologize, I jumped ahead a little bit. The first question is going to ask me, what is the safe range for this medication? What is the safe dose range? So I will need to convert my patient's weight to kilograms, and then I'm going to need to take that answer and convert it to my milligrams. So again, safe dose range is going to be a 2-part answer. And let's say it'll tell me, let's say we're going to round this off to the 10th place for my answer, the 10th place. Okay. So I'll write it out, but I know we don't really need to do it. For 45.4545 kilograms times 1 milligram per kilogram leaves me with 45.4545. And if I'm rounding to the 10th place, the first part of my answer is going to be 45.5 milligrams. Then I'm going to take that 45.4545 kilograms, and I'm going to multiply it times my top answer of my top number of my range for safe medication. That's going to be 3 milligrams per kilogram. And that is going to give me an answer of 136.363636, which is 136.4 And this is milligrams per day. This is per day. So then my question is this dose safe? So I'm going to erase some of my work here so I have some more room. So is this dose safe? And they're getting 30 milligrams twice a day. So 30 times 2 is going to give me 60 milligrams per day. And 60 milligrams is in the middle of 45.5 and 136.4. So yes, this dose is safe. If, I'm going to reword my problem a little bit here. We're going to keep our safe dose range, but I'm going to say that this order is for 30 milligrams daily, as in once a day. Well, now we're only getting 30 milligrams, and 30 milligrams is here before my range, my 45.5. So it's too low of a dose. So it might not be toxic, but it also might not be effective. So is this dose safe? No. All right, so there's a couple of problems. Hopefully that helps a little bit, and good luck with your calculations.